Hey everyone, today we're going to be tying a miniature, kind of small version of the Chubby Chernobyl. We use this in big sizes up to a 4 for large trout, but early in the season and this time of year, it's August right now, smaller flies in smaller water for brook trout are a lot of fun, and this is worth having in your box. We're going to tie a little bit of a non-traditional color, a peach with a pink underbody. But this has been one of our top producing colors the past few years, and it's worth having. We're going to be using a 52-12. This is going to be a size 14, so it's just about as small as I go. It's a light wire hook, which is really nice because we're using a very thin foam today, just one layer. This is 1.5 millimeters out of the fly foam packs that you can get. First, let's start our thread about midway down the shank, and we're going to wrap right to the point. Trim that excess. Grab some crystal flash. You only need one strand. I'm going to fold it over like so, trim it in half, and I'm actually going to fold it around the thread. Slide that down, wrap on top of it, back to the barb. I'm going to trim this down a little bit. We're going to cut it down more once the fly is done. I kind of match it up with that foam body. But first, wrap on back to the barb or the center point. We're going to use some UV pink ice dub here. You can use just about anything that's a pink hue. That a lot of folks like the shell pink, which is a pink and orange blend pretty much. But I'm going to start with a little bit. I'm actually going to wrap backwards instead of forwards on this. Build up just a little bit. Basically, I want to cover up my thread wraps that I used with the crystal flash. I'll just rip off any excess there. And now it's time to trim the foam. The big question is how thick to trim this, right? How did I come up with this exact size? And it's pretty straightforward. I basically match the gap. Okay, I cut a little bit wider than the gap of the hook you're using, and that's usually the best way to go. I want this body to extend about half a shank's length beyond the back of the hook. I'll take 2 wraps pretty loose, and then I'm going to cinch down. Careful with the 8/0. If your thread's all corded up, you can cut through this, but shouldn't be too much of a problem. You don't need too much tension. Great. Now we're going to put our wing in. I'm using Parapost yarn in white. You can pre-trim this if you want. I find it pretty easy to just use as is. Comb this out before you tie it in. That's a really helpful tip. Sometimes you gotta use your scissors to... There we go. Reason being, if you put this in and you comb it out and you comb too hard and you hit one of these tangles, it might just rip your whole wing out. Okay. So I do about 2 wraps on top, 1 in front, 1 behind. You can get all sorts of crazy with it. I want to cut this just beyond the back of the foam body there. We're going to grab our rubber legs. I don't know why, but these clear and fire tip orange have been really good. I think they look nice. Trick is, probably don't need to go super dark on legs with a peach foam body. We need 2 legs. I'm going to trim them in half. That'll be enough for the whole fly. again, I'm folding it, bringing it up to the body. 2 wraps on that, right down the center. Right. That forms the back of the fly. I'm going to add a little bit of ice dubbing. Slide it right up. I'm going to wrap. This needs to go between the legs. That'll help splay them out, and in front of this piece of parapost, and that'll help fold it back. I just did 2 wraps. Now I can start working forward again. Big trick here, make sure you save yourself some space up front. Otherwise, tying this off at the end gets a little messy. All right, same process. Repeat that process. This wing just needs to be longer. Pre-comb it out. I want this wing to be able to reach back to the back edge of the back wing there. Okay, that's plenty long. One behind. Okay, then we're going to do second set of legs. And I get some folks do ask about why not cut the legs before the end of the fly, and I think they're easier to work with, honestly. At full length, easier to move out of the way. Okay, easy. We'll just leave the wing as is for now. Add a little bit more ice dub, secure that front wing, and splay the legs out, right? Don't be in a rush. There we go. 2 wraps on top of that, fold back, and see, we left just enough space. Grab your whip finish tool, fold everything back out of the way. 5 or 6 turns. There's your fly. Not bad. We gotta do a little hair care as it is. Okay, we talked about the wing being level with the back. Great, good. Save this. This can be used again. Then for trimming this, I like to flip the fly upside down to make sure there's a little bit of an edge up front over the eye. Then to trim these legs, I'm going to grab some longer scissors. And this is a little bit personal preference. I don't like them too long, but the legs kind of make the fly here. All right. Comb that out. Comb them together. If you have some nice conditioner, rub it in there. Just kidding. Trim this flash a little bit shorter. There's your fly. Again, this is, a little bit different of a color scheme, but play with it. Play with purples, tans, greens, chartreuse. Have fun with it. Brook trout love this, and we catch a lot of browns on it too. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you on the water soon or in the shop.